But this, I'm sharing a trio. So there's 3 different ways you can use oils. I'm sharing the aromatic, the topical, and then I'm going to share the internal. But this blend in particularly is going to help with anyone struggling with mental health issues. Maybe something that you have had an option to go more pharmaceutical over the counter and don't want to, would like to find something more natural option. This is something I would highly recommend. I know based on experience, because I have been told a couple times, hey, you need to, I'm going to prescribe you this. I'm going to prescribe you this. These are the options that would work for you. And I've decided to say no. And I'm so happy because I've found something that works for me and is actually cheaper and easier and just way healthier for me with no side effects. So I'm going to share a little bit more on the Adaptiv capsules because these are different. So oils you can take internal. If they are doTERRA oils, you majority of the time can take them internal. There will be a supplement label that will say, hey, you can take this internal, or if it does not have that, that means there's an oil in there that maybe you shouldn't ingest, which is fine. So those are all labeled, but Adaptiv actually has a capsule which has the essential oil and it has some other great things. So I'm going to share on those because this is really a game changer for mental health related issues. And I know just based on experience, because literally since these came out, I've been using them ongoing. And one of the reasons is I was, so over a year ago, it was probably like a year and a few months, I was, hi Chantel, I was seeing a therapist, so it was probably actually 2 years ago. I was seeing a therapist and they suggested GABA, which is gamma amino, I can't pronounce it, sorry, without looking at it, aminobutyric acid. Okay, so it's something your body naturally should be producing, and sometimes you can experience a chemical imbalance. So for my sake, I was possibly, it wasn't tested, but possibly not getting enough GABA in my system, and which related to just things that were going on that we talked about in our sessions. And so she suggested finding some GABA supplement, and I just went on Amazon at the time because doTERRA didn't have anything, and started taking that. I didn't notice a significant difference. I was still experiencing just major things going on and couldn't manage, basically. I'm not going to go into the detail, but and then I went to convention, and that was not this year because it was virtual, the year before. So I was pregnant, so all kinds of things going on emotionally. And a very, very tough year for our family, a very challenging year. And so I went to convention and the Adaptiv blend came out, but then these capsules, and I was crying as they were reading about them because these are the things that are in them. So, the first thing is ahi flour. Ahi flour is an omega-3 fatty acid, and it is plant derived, and it supports your brain function. Okay. So it's unique because it's a plant-based fatty acid. It's supporting your neurological system, all those things. Those are very helpful for anything mental health related. And then it has GABA in it. It has that gamma aminobutyric acid. And it's very important for your central nervous system. I'm reading off my notes just to make sure I get this all right for you guys. So what happens is your body should be naturally producing GABA. And if you are experiencing ongoing stress, if you are experiencing trauma, some major things going on, so that like kind of chronic stress, you can experience a decrease in production of GABA that your body naturally should be producing. So what GABA does, GABA is supporting your neurotransmitters. So your neurotransmitters will send these signals. So they will send messages, receive, and interpret. So if you're lacking in GABA and you, let's say, we had some huge stressors going on in the last year and in general with our family, but I wasn't handling it well. And what was happening is that ongoing stress was causing that lack of GABA. And I could totally tell, especially when experiencing these after. And basically I wasn't able to react or just communicate more effectively than I would if I didn't have those things going on, because it had affected me so much. So the GABA I had from Amazon obviously wasn't working. If you don't know, a lot of things that are, I don't know, just take a look at the products you're getting, because if they're not high quality, they're not working, you're just wasting your money. But I wanted to share more. The lack of GABA in your central nervous system with too many neurological signals can cause conditions that incredibly affect your mood. So they can affect your mood, they make you more reactive, all of those things, right? Like, so sometimes we think like, oh, it's just me, but really it is possibly that chemical imbalance, and GABA is what you need to put in your body. So I'm not saying that you should just take something specifically to not address those issues. So you certainly need to reflect on what's causing that, and then work on being proactive and work on improving that, but also doing something that can support you, a natural solution more preferably, because there's no side effects. So GABA is in your Adaptiv capsules on top of the essential oil blend. But a couple other things on the GABA. So the chemical that binds the nerve cell receptors and hinders their ability to send, create, receive messages to other neurons. So when you're having that block, you just aren't able to even interpret correctly, right? And I know a lot of people probably will relate to this. Overstimulation of neurons can also lead to anxious feelings. So me personally, I can share, like, I was diagnosed, told that I had generalized anxiety disorder over a year ago. So I think I'm past that now. That was immediately as these came out too. So I had started on my little Amazon find, and that wasn't working for sure. And then I started on these right away. But GABA is primarily your brain's brake. So it is something saying, hey, stop. Okay, I'm not going to address that. I'm going to not either, whether it's react or be able to communicate effectively. Okay, so I'm kind of going into the weeds here, but I feel very passionately about this, so I just want to share. Other thing it has in it is selenium root, and that is the 4 main alkaloids for neurotransmitter support. So again, supporting your brain health and those neurotransmitters that are sending and receiving messages. It's combining that with the natural ingredients helps support the production of GABA. So I already shared with you the blend of oils that are also in the Adaptiv blend that is in this. So you have your essential oils, you have ahi flower, those plant-based omegas, you have your selenium root, and then you have your GABA. So what happens is when you synergistically combine those, it will improve the effectiveness. So it is going to improve the effectiveness. It's going to help with the production of your natural GABA. So helping you produce that GABA on your own. Super, super cool. So it's not like it's something that you're going to take ongoing forever. Okay, like I've had one crazy year, so I took ongoing for a very long time. And then I feel like this season we're all in. I mean, I've had the kids at home. I've been juggling, working from home, maternity leave between having a baby and working from home, and also a tiny living situation. So I've just taken ongoing for the majority once a day, because I really want to support my brain health. I really want to be spot on. I don't want to miss anything, right? And I am so happy that I did not decide to take something over the counter. So there are studies too on the Adaptiv. So this is a trademarked product and blend. And so there are studies that they did with placebos. So if you're saying, hey, like our oils, like they're just a placebo, it's just all in your head. There actually a study done with placebos, and you can look it up on doTERRA's website, but showing how effective these are. So that was kind of long, but if you are just jumping on, I'm talking about Adaptiv, which is the calming blend, a blend of oils, doTERRA proprietary blend. So 15 ml pure oil, and then the touch roller, and then the capsules, which are very unique. So these all are sold individually, but they're sold together too. And what I love is doTERRA actually now with current members, you can get, they have a mind and mood wellness kit. So if you are already a member and you want to order that, you can get something that supports your mind and mood each month, and they include all of these things throughout the 3 months. Really, really cool, along with a ton of other things. But I'm just obsessed with this blend. I sometimes have people ask me, like, I don't know how you do it, or like, how do you keep your cool? Well, I don't keep my cool, but I do use these to support my wellness. And I make choices like moving my body and eating well and drinking water, sometimes wine. But overall, just choosing things that are going to help my mental health. And I've seen a therapist for a very long time, just as like a proactive measure. And then sometimes more often just because I've needed it. But I am just blown away that they even suggest some of the things they do that I was suggested something that, okay, so for sleep, once it was because I just wasn't sleeping well, and the side effects were mood swings. And I was like, I don't want that. And then for, I think, what was I think it was because I was also postpartum. So like bloating and weight gain, and regardless, any medication comes with some kind of side effect. So always doing your due diligence to understanding what that is, and understanding your options. And I always just suggest the natural option first, and then go from there, right? Like, I'm never shutting that door, but knowing that you have an option. Also, I have a 3-year-old and 10-month-old. I use Adaptiv on my 3-year-old, especially, all the time. And what's really cool is a lot of doTERRA's oils and products you can use on your kiddos. You can use all the oils on your kiddos, but you can use internal as well. So not only for adults, but usually about, like, I think it was it 8 and up for the Adaptiv. I'm like, I can't wait to give Adaptiv to Sawyer. It's safe for 8 and up, but you can also use your discretion and talk to your doctor. But for the Adaptiv capsules, but Serenity soft gels, Copaiba, those are all really good ones too. But I love that they are safe for you to use internal as an adult, but also for kiddos. Right now, Sawyer is 3, so we use the On Guard beadlets, which are they're a quarter of a drop in a little beadlet, which usually you can just like pop in your mouth, and it's good like breath freshener and helps with oral health. But On Guard is the immune support blend, so I like to give them to him, and he just puts them in his mouth and swallows them. Doesn't pop them in his mouth, to help with his just immune support. So we do elderberry syrup and that, and he loves it. So perfectly safe for your kiddo to take internal as well. But this was kind of a rant. I will post this. I always post these videos to my YouTube, but I'll post it to my IGTV for you to reference. And I will also be sharing, I think tomorrow, on those 3 wellness kits that are for members only, because I have mine and I want to show you what's in them. So we have immune support, mind and mood, which I mentioned, and then relief, which is like pain and discomfort and all that. So I got all 3. I'm going to walk you through what those are and what those look like, and then the 2 months following what you would get. So anyways, have a good night, guys. Bye.